नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's class on the Srimad Bhagavatam first canto. So we'll be discussing the Sārārtha Darśini Tīkā and continuing that. So today we'll be continuing the discussion where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday we were discussing about Artheshu Abhignaha. This was the discussion. Artheshu Abhignaha means the one who is famous among all the created and non-created objects. So this sentence, Artheshu Abhignaha, or this phrase of the sentence is telling about Krishna is, or this Parameshwara. Parameshwara is the highest truth, and he is famous among the scriptures. So not the material energy, that's a Prakriti. Previously, Janmadhyasya to Anvayad Itaratascha. From this total phrase of the sentence, so we understood. So Parameshwara is the Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. That means Parameshwara is the total cause. A total cause and also independent. And not the Prakriti. Prakriti is not the total cause. And to substantiate that once again, Śrīla Vyasadeva wrote, Artheshu Abhignaha, but that means who is famous among all the created and non-created objects. So that's Parameshwara is a famous one, not the Prakriti. Prakriti is not the famous one. So now what else we discussed in the yesterday's class? Artheshu Abhignaha, this is meaning of the Brahma Sutra, Ikshitehe na ashabdam. That is the discussion we started. How Artheshu Abhignaha is the meaning of the Ikshitehe na ashabdam, that we have to see. For seeing that, we will be first of all understanding what is the meaning of Ikshitehe na ashabdam. This we have to understand. Okay. For Ikshitehe na ashabdam, in this is a Brahma Sutra, first adhyaya, first chapter, fifth sutra. In this, 3 words are there, Ikshitehe na ashabdam. There are total 3 words. In this, Ikshitehe, this is in the Panchami. Like you see, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena, Ramaya, Ramat, Ramasya, Rame. This is in, like Ramat is in which vibhakti, in which case? Panchami vibhakti. Ikshati, Ikshatehe. Ikshati is in which vibhakti? Is in the Panchami vibhakti. So Ikshatehe is a Panchami vibhakti, means it is a cause. What is the literal translation of Ikshatehe? The literal translation of Ikshatehe is because of seeing. And what else is there? Na ashabdam. That means he is the object of the Shabda Pramana. That is the meaning of na ashabdam. This much only is said in the sutra. So how to understand the meaning of this sutra? Because of seeing, comma, he is object of the Shabda Pramana. This much only is there. So then how to understand the total meaning of this sutra? It is connected with the previous sutras. First sutra is Athato Brahma Jignasa, Janmadhyasya Ataha, and so on so. So many sutras were there. So in this Athato Brahma Jignasa, there Vasudev is starting his sutra with the recommending to everyone what? Inquiry on the Brahman. Everyone should inquire on Brahman. Okay. So inquire on Brahman, then what is that Brahman? You may get doubt. So to clarify that, because Brahman means one may take it as a Jivatma, Brahman means someone take some speculated meaning. So then that's why to clarify that, he gave the further sutras, Janmadhyasya Taha, and so on and so. So that means the context is what context is going on. So Vasudev, in the previous 4 sutras, he is discussing about the Brahman, and also he is discussing the characteristics of the Brahman. What is that characteristics of Brahman? That Brahman is the cause for this material creation. It is a creator, it is a maintainer and destroyer of this material world. So that is the one of the hint is given. So that means we are seeing in this discussion, so Brahman is the Jagat Karanam, is the cause for the material world. So that is the point actually. So then in this 5th sutra, Ikshatehe, this is actually because of seeing. That means because of seeing is a hetu. Seeing is the hetu. Hetu for what? To say Brahman is the cause for this material creation. How can you substantiate this? You can see in the Upanishads also. In so many Upanishads, there are so many sentences. What the sentences are telling? They are telling Lord is thing, that means is desiring to become many. Ekoham Bahusyama, I am one, and but I want to become many. So he was one and he wants to become many. Then after that, what he did? Tadaikshata, he saw. He saw, then after that, many entities are created. So this was going on in the Upanishads. Different sentences are telling about the, so Brahman is seeing, and after that creation happened. So that's why here Vedavyasa also is telling the same thing. Brahman is the one which is the creator of the maintainer, creator of this material world. So that is accepted as the cause for this material creation because of seeing, which is also we are seeing in the Upanishads. So that means what here main point is, so Ikshatehe word ultimately is establishing Brahman is the famous object, is the famous object among the discussions in the various discussions in the Upanishads. Prakriti is not seeing. Prakriti is not seeing actually. And Prakriti was not extensively is discussed. So Brahma Sutra is also telling that Krishna or Parameshwara is the cause for this material creation because of the seeing, and that is extensively showed in the different places in the Upanishads. So that's why from this what we should understand, from the sutra we are understanding that so Ishvara is accepted as the cause for this material creation. The reason is his seeing is discussed many places in the Shruti Vakyas. He is famous. His glancing is famous, but not the Prakriti. So that is the meaning we are getting from the Ikshitehe na Shabda. The same thing we are seeing in the sloka also, in the first sloka. Artheshu Abhignaha. So Artheshu Abhignaha is also telling the same thing. So he is the famous object among the created and the non-created objects. So like this, we should understand this general point. So what you have to understand, ultimate artheshu abhignaha is the meaning of ikshite na shabdam. But na shabdam is actually a different topic actually. But you can also understand the meaning of na shabdam. After saying ikshite, then you should take kama in that sutra. Then na ashabdam means na ashabdam. Actually, Advaitins or others, they say Brahman cannot be expressed by the Shabda Pramana also. And they give the Yato Vacho Nivartante. This is the sloka, this is the Upanishad statement they give. Yato Vacho Nivartante. That means even words cannot describe the supreme, the truth. That is their discussion. So now we have to see how to understand that. Advaitins, they are saying that Yato Vacha Nivartante, Brahman cannot be expressed by the words. But here, Vedavyas is telling that na ashabdam. Ashabdam means, so Shabda Pramana is not the mean to know the Brahman. This much meaning you should take actually. So Shabda Pramana is not the mean to know the Brahman. Ashabdam. So then na ashabdam means two times. So nakara is coming. So cancelling. So two times that nakara. That means Shabda Pramana is the mean to know the Brahman. So this is the meaning actually. So that means Shabda Pramana, using Shabda Pramana, you can know about the Brahman. So this is another discussion. Okay, we'll continue our discussion from here onwards. Any question or anything? Any doubt here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranam Srimad.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Prabhu, just now you said that Shabda Pramana is not the means to know Brahman. And again you said Shabda Pramana is the means. So that I'm a little confused. How did you deduce that by the splitting that na Shabda? Can you please explain for me?
Yes. Ikshitehe na sabdam. Because of seeing. Kama you should keep here. This is because of seeing. What is the then connection with this hetu with the other thing? Brahman is cause for material creation. So this is the statement actually. This is the prasanga is going from the 1.1.1 to 4. So in the Brahma Sutra 1.1.1.4, what is going? Brahman is the cause for material creation. This is the topic is going. So this is the statement you can see from in this context from here to here. So for this, so what is the hetu? Hetu is given here. The cause, a reason is given in this 5th sutra. This is 1.1.5. Ikshite na sabdamis. So what is the because of seeing? So what is the connection actually? So here, because of seeing, so Brahman is the cause for the material creation. So because of seeing, how this is connected actually, because in many Shruti statements, we see the glance of Brahman is the cause of creation. That means ikshite, this ikshana, seeing activity is a very well-known topic in the Shruti actually. Regarding in what kind of sentences? Those sentences which describe about the creation. In describing about the in the sentences which are describing about the creation, in those sentences, what is famous? So glance of the Brahman is extensively discussed, but not the Prakriti. Anywhere, so Prakriti is not discussed in a popular way. So that's why, because of seeing, is hinting what the Brahman is the famous object among the sentences, those which establishes or which discussing about the creation. So that is the point actually. This much is enough for us actually. This much is enough for us. So this much is enough for us for our discussion actually. Where is this? For our discussion. Lord's glancing is famous in the statements which describe about the creation, not the Prakriti. So that's why Arthesha Abhignaha is the meaning of Ikshite Nashabdam. Anyway, this part is also there, just I am quoting. Ashabdam means, first of all, you understand Ashabdam. So, Shabda Pramanakam, that means Shabda is not mean to know Brahman. That means Shabda is not Pramanam. Shabda is Shabda means Shabda is not Pramanam. Means Pramanam. Shabda is not Pramanam to whom? To Brahman. That means to know Brahman. That is the meaning of Ashabdam. Now, one more na is there. This is not actually. That means this not and this not will be cancelled. Then what? Shabda is mean to know Brahman. This is the meaning actually. This is understanding. You can get like this. Yeah.
Prabhuji, can you just mention those two Shabdam? I mean, where we are taking the na twice. One is on the Ikshate na Shabdam, and which is the other one statement which says about the utility of na there?
This a is na.
The
Ashabdam,
Ashabdam itself is na. Okay, okay.
Shabda is not pramana to know Brahman. So once again, this na is there. A is also na Shabdam actually. Ashabdam means na Shabdam. That means Shabda is not pramana to know Brahman. This meaning is Shabda is not pramana to know Brahman, and this not is there once again. So this not and this not cancelled. Shabda is not pramana to know Brahman is not. Means Shabda is pramana to know Brahman. Okay. So this is the thing. We'll discuss further. Any question on this?
So, Prabhuji, so in other words, I think it is indescribable. That's what it means, Prabhuji, when you say.
Actually, Advaitins, what they say Shabda is not mean to know Brahman. They substantiate this by using the word Yato Vacho Nivartante. Yato Vacho Nivartante. This is the Upanishad statement. See, ultimately, to give the meaning to the Brahma Sutras, we should pick out the supporting statements from the Upanishads. Because these Brahma Sutras are there to explain or to connect the subtle things among the Upanishad statements. And that's why they are thinking that here Vasudev is mentioning Na Sabdam to substantiate or to support the understanding. The Upanishad is saying what? Words are, Yato Vacha Nivartante means words are unable to discuss about the Brahman. Words are unable to discuss about Brahman. This is the Upanishad statement actually. This is the Upanishad statement. They are thinking that Advaitins they give are some others, maybe other school of philosophers also. So who doesn't believe on the that Shabda can describe Brahman? So those schools they say that here Vasudev Na Ashabdam is mentioning. So to correct our understanding, that means to support our understanding. What is the understanding? So words are unable to discuss about the Brahman. This is the Upanishad actually. This is the Upanishad statement. But now we are saying what? We are taking that Shabda is the mean to know Brahman. Then we have to justify this also then. Then words are unable to discuss about the Brahman means what we say. What meaning we should give then? Yato Vacha Nivartante means. Then we are saying that, yeah, words are unable to discuss about Brahman because he has infinite qualities. He has infinite qualities. And these words are not sufficient to describe that Ananta Gunaha, infinite qualities. That's why Yato Vacha Nivartante is there. Like this, we give meaning. So this kind of fighting keep on going. So they try to give the meaning to the Brahma Sutras to support their understanding on the Upanishads. Advaitins, they give the meaning to the Brahma Sutras to support their understanding. And Vaishnavas, they give the meaning to the Brahma Sutras to support their understanding. So like this, you'll be seeing anyway. We'll be continuing our discussion. I sent the file now. You might be, you can see where we are. So inner Prakriti is not the cause for creation. That means Janmadhyasya tu anvayat itaratascha. By this also we understood Ishvara is only the independent cause, not the Prakriti. Inner Prakriti is not cause for creation. Once again, that is only substantiated or that is only repeated. Why? That is by using the Artheshu Abhignaha. So here, inner Prakriti is not the cause for creation. Actually, here one more sentence you should take. Brahman is the cause for the. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Inner Prakriti is not the cause for the creation. Why? Because in the sloka Artheshu Abhignaha is said. Artheshu Abhignaha means the one who is renowned among the created and non-created objects. Just to support his view, so Vyasdev once again quoted Artheshu Abhignaha, and that meaning is this. Next, this is telling the meaning of Brahma Sutra Ikshitehe Na Shabdam, which is telling this Artheshu Abhignaha is the meaning. Is the meaning of Ikshitehe Na Shabdam. The meaning is as follows. So based upon context, that means from the sloka, if you see from the sloka 1 point, so based on context means 1.1.1 to 4 actually. What is discussed? Brahman is the cause for material creation. This was the discussed. Prakantam. Why? That is said. This is discussed in that 4 sutras. Why Brahman is the cause? Because the word Ikshitehe. Ikshitehe means because of seeing. Ikshitehe means Ikshanat. Ikshitehe, another form is Ikshanat. So we are hearing about a special seeing of Brahman in the Shruti statements, which establishes Brahman as the cause for creation. So we are hearing about the what? Special seeing. That means Ikshana, that means seeing of the Brahman in the Shruti statements, which establishes. That means in all these Shruti statements, what is famous thing? So Brahman's Ikshana only, not the Prakriti's Ikshana. Therefore, Brahman, okay. Till here, you should take the meaning actually, till here only. Our purpose is solved already. Artheshu Abhignaha, that is also telling what? Brahman is the famous, it is discussed as a famous object among the Shruti Vakyas, which are discussing about the creation. The same here, Ikshatehe also is telling the same thing. That means the Lord's glancing is the famous among the Shruti Vakyas, which describe about the creation. But this is, anyway, to know the further meaning of the sutra. So therefore, Brahman is not Ashabdakam. So that means we are hearing in that Shruti Vakyas, Brahman's glance is the cause. What the other people they think, Brahman cannot be described by the words. But now we are clearly hearing Brahman's glance can be the cause. So that means we are discussing, that means Shruti statements are discussing about the Brahman only. So that means Shruti can explain about the Brahman. So that's why, therefore, Brahman is not Ashabdam. Brahman is not Ashabda Pramanakam. Ashabda Pramanakam means Shabda is not the Pramanam for whom that is the Ashabda Pramanakam. That means Shabda is not the Pramana to whom. What is that? So that is Ashabda Pramanakam. But Shabda Pramanakam. This not, na is translated as not, and Ashabdakam is translated as Ashabdam is translated as Ashabdakam. That means this A and this Na cancelled and Shabdakam, that means Shabda Pramanakam. It means Brahman is the one who has Shabda as Pramana. That means Shabda as Pramana means Shabda can tell about the Brahman. That means Brahman is known by Shabda Pramana. So therefore, Shruti Vakyas, Shrutis say as follow. Tadaikshata. Now we are showing, that means we said now already, Brahman's Ikshana, that means seeing. Brahman's seeing is the famous among the Shruti statements which describe about the material creation. So we said that. So then you have to show those Vakyas. This is Tadaikshata, that means he sa Bahusyama. Next, Sadaiva Somyedam Agre Asit, Atma va idam eka eva agra asit. Tasmad etasmad atmana akasha sambhuta yadova imani bhutani jayanta. These are the Upanishad statements. These are all Upanishad statements actually. Shruti statements. And also there are Smriti Vakyas also there. Yataha Sarvani Bhutani. These are all telling about what? Brahman is the cause for creation, material creation. If you want to know the meanings of this, you can see in your Bhanu Maharaj translation. Also Smriti also is there. Next we will shift to the another word, Swarat. Okay, Swarat we will discuss now. Any question or anything in here?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, these statements from the Shrutis are referring to both Brahman as the cause and the glance of the Brahman as the cause. Is that how we should understand?
Yeah. Both are same.
Okay.
So Brahman or Brahman's glance is the cause. Tadaikshita means his glance. Or also Atma va idam ekayava asit means Atma means here Brahman. Sat means here Brahman. So Tat means here Brahman. Next, Yatava imani. Yataha means Yataha from whom? That is a Brahman context. Tasmad va ye tasmad atmana akasha sambhuda. Ye tasmad means this is Brahman. So Yataha Sarvani Bhutan. This is also context if you take Brahman. So all these are all telling about the Brahman is the cause. Brahman is the cause for this material creation. Nowhere you are seeing the Prakriti is the cause for the creation. That is said in the 5th Sutra Ikshite. So that's why, so from this we are substantiating Brahman is only the cause. That is Vyasdev's Brahma Sutras are telling. And similarly here in this sloka also, Artheshu Abhignaha also is telling the same thing actually. So he is famous among the created and the non-created objects.
Prabhuji, glancing means Brahman has the form, no?
Glancing means seeing.
Yeah, seeing, it shows that Brahman has the form also, no? It has been included
definitely
in the notes.
Yeah, Brahman means absolute truth. So we can use simultaneously. That means Brahman means not, we should not take all the time only the Nirgun Nirvishesh Chinmatra Satta. Brahman can be, that means Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, those are all used interchangeably actually. That's it. I understood your point, Mother. So, Sudhanshu Prabhu.
Oh, I have a question. Like this Brahma Sutra is generally used for clearing the misunderstandings among Upanishad to prove that if there is something. So this word na sabdam means it means only one thing. Na plus asabdam, because it's something is like that only. So how they can say this other things, how they interpret, they say it make it that they cannot be Brahman cannot be described as bird, because even if it is written yato va iman, no sorry, this it cannot be described bird. Yeah, yato. Even then, since Upanishad, sorry, Vedanta Sutra is saying, so Vedanta Sutra is super impose on this Upanishad statement. How they can how they can say, how they will say ki Brahman cannot be described, because here it is clearly saying that Brahman can be described by Sabda Pramana.
So your point is, can you repeat the last part of your question?
They Advaitins say that Brahman cannot be described by words, and they give the Upanishad statement. And Vedanta Sutra is to clarify the Upanishad statement as far as. So
Yes.
Here it is, its very clear meaning is this, that na saptam. So its sandhi is na plus asaptam. I don't think there is any gap. So na sabdam is na plus asabdam. So it clearly says that Brahman can be described by the words. So how they contradict it?
You are telling that na ashabdam. So here it is clearly telling that the Brahman can be expressed by the Shabda Pramana.
Yes.
So this is clearly establishing then how they can say Brahman cannot be expressed by the Shabda. This is the point, na?
Yes, yes.
But they will interpret this sloka in different way, this sutra into different way. They don't take this sutra to tell exactly, that means Brahman cannot be expressed by the words. They may give entirely a different explanation for this.
Okay, not in this context. They take out of context. Yes.
Out of context, and they go with the, because they will always this much logical framework they will also maintain. They go to the different framework and the entirely different way they will explain all the previous sutras also, and they will not come into this trap.
Okay.
This kind of fighting always goes on. Actually. But we are using by this, maybe in some other place they are establishing Brahman cannot be expressed by the words, and now we are using this sutra to refute that their opinion. In another place they might be explaining that. You're understanding? So that is the point. Actually, we are finding the chance. Actually, now we are Siddhantis, that's Vaishnavas, they are using this sutra to refute their thought which is discussed or which is established in another sutra some way. This will happen. Yeah, Rajeshwari Mataji.
Prabhuji, my question is
Rameshwari.
yeah, my question is regarding na shabdate. So the word na, longer na and shorter na, the meaning is same, huh?
No, longer na, no Mataji, here na, so meaning of longer na and the smaller na, not the same actually. We cannot, longer na we cannot use na ashabdam.
Yeah, so na shabdam. No?
Na ashabdam only. You should break the sandhi like that only. Na shabdam is not possible.
Oh, yeah, that was the question. Okay. So that means Brahman can see. So we can also argue saying that the Brahman is seeing. So they say Brahman doesn't have any qualities, but Brahman is seeing.
Their point is Brahman cannot be expressed. Here we are saying Brahman is seeing and he is becoming the cause for the creation. That means Shruti statements are describing about the Brahman only. So that's why Brahman can be expressed by the Shruti.
Okay.
So Brahman can be expressed by the Vedas.
Okay.
Shabda Pramana.
Okay. Yeah, clear.
Yeah, that we are established. Okay, we'll go further discussion. So there are so many Shruti Vakyas are given in the support of that. That means where we are seeing the discussion about the Brahman as a cause for this creation. Next, Swarat. Swarat word is coming. Swarat we should discuss. What is the meaning of Swarat? Nanu tadanim mahadatyamutpattehe tasya ikshanadi sadhanam na sambhavati. Here the point is coming, objection is coming actually. There is an objection. What is that objection?
Please share commentary, Prabhuji.
Huh? Purupakshi is saying, Parameshwara doesn't have instruments to see before the creation of Mahat and so on. What is the understanding, you know? Purupakshi's understanding. Purupakshi can be anyone, not all the time Advaitin only. So Parameshwara doesn't have instrument to see before the creation of Mahat and so on. What we are seeing, so absolute truth is seeing, glancing or seeing Prakriti. And from this Prakriti, Mahat is coming. And from the Mahat, so 3 types of Ahankara is coming. That means Pancha Tanmatras, that means 5 sense objects, 5 gross elements, next 5 working senses, 5 knowledge senses, and also mind. All these are coming. When after glancing actually. So their point is what? Purupakshi's point. So working senses and knowledge senses. Knowledge senses means in this eyes comes. Eyes are coming after the glancing. Tadaikshata is said, na? We are taking Tadaikshata means, in this sloka, Tadaikshata means he saw. And we are saying that, so Brahman is seeing, and after that, creation happened. But they are saying, if Brahman or absolute truth, if it wants to see, it will get eyes after the creation, after the glancing only. So then what they want to say? They want to say this seeing is not really a seeing, literal seeing. They may give some different understanding. Because to see we need eyes, those eyes comes after the, so Prakriti is agitated. Eyes are coming here. But we are taking seeing as literal way. Tadaikshata means seeing. So they want to say, based upon this, you cannot take the literal meaning. Aikshata means seeing. That kind of meaning you should not take. Something you should take. This is the Purupakshi's objection. Understood? This objection or not? जा रहा है या नहीं जा रहा है? लिखिए आप लोग. नहीं जा रहा. Yes, Ramakrishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The Purva statement is, if at all, if there should be the action of seeing, that should be instruments. And since we are talking about Brahman who is existing before the creation of the Mahadadi, so where is the question of seeing? Because there is no absence of instrument. Whereas the Siddhanta Pakshi there states that since he is Swarat, so he does not depend upon material instruments to see.
Yes. So answer is, so that's why answer is given by the Siddhanti Swarat. So he is Swarat. He doesn't need any material instruments. So Mahabhava Prabhu, what you didn't understand?
Prabhuji, please repeat once more, Prabhuji. A little bit I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Purvapakshi's stand is what? Purvapakshi is saying that Parameshwara doesn't have instrument to see before the creation of Mahat and so on. Because Parameshwara, if he wants to see, so he should have the eyes.
Prabhuji,
Eyes
by
are
the help
coming.
of diagram, Prabhuji, by the help of diagram you have shown earlier.
Achha, achha. Parameshwara doesn't have instrument to see before the creation of Mahat and so on. This is the Purva-Pakshi's objection. Okay? So now the Siddhanti, what he is saying, Parameshwara is Swarat. Swarat means the one who shines by his own Swarupa. No need of anything out from his Swarupa. Swarat means Swarupenaiva Rajate. So that's why Lord is having his own Swarupa, and in that Swarupa is also there. There is no need of anything externally given. But for the Jivatma to see, it needs the eyes, which are given by the material energy. In the case of Jivatma, we need all these instruments to see. But in the case of the Lord, he doesn't need any help from outside to the Swarupa. That is very important. Even material energy also is easy energy only, but it is not there in the Swarupa. It doesn't need, the Lord doesn't need anything outside from his Swarupa. Okay. This is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Proof. Upanishads, they are saying, Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. That means, for a potter, there is a potter is there. If he wants to make a pot, he need what? Wheel. And he needs also stick. He needs stick which is outside from him. He need wheel which is outside from him to make a pot. They are all becoming instruments which are outside from him. But for the Lord, he doesn't need any instruments outside from his Swarupa to create material creation. He can do everything from his Swarupa only. That's why Natasya karyam karanamcha. There is no other instrument required for him. His senses can work whatever the way he wants. Eyes, hands can see. Eyes can smell. Anything can be done by any instrument. His Swarupa is such a way. That means is fully competent enough. Swarat means, so without others' help, he can do anything by his own Swarupa. Okay. But for Jivatma, we need these instruments. We need the body. To do any activity, we need other instruments, which are outside from us, from this body. Even we need instruments outside the body. Even body itself is outside to the Jivatma. Jivatma is Tatastha Shakti, and the body is made up of Bahiranga Shakti. So Jivatma is seeing through this Bahiranga Shakti. But in the case of the Lord, so Lord and his Shakti, Sarupa Shakti, are non-different. That is the difference between the Jiva and the Paramatma. Okay. Any questions on this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, just to clarify the understanding on this, there are two aspects here. One is,
someone is speaking.
I'm sorry, I didn't raise my hand. Sorry.
Hari Gopal, yes.
Yes, can I speak, Prabhu?
Your voice is not audible, Prabhu.
Can you hear me now, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, just to clarify my understanding on this thing, the first statement is about, since they consider that Brahman doesn't have form, so before the creation of the the aspects of seeing, how is he able to see? So that is
Yes.
one of the understanding. And the second is the statement that you made, saying that each one of us ability is able to see any of the thing, like Angani Sakalendriya Vrittimanti, that
Yes.
it's not that he requires eyes only to see, but he can see through any means. So those are the two understandings by which we refute that statement. Is that a fair understanding, Prabhu?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. So that means their understanding is they don't want to accept the Swarupa of the Lord, which is eternal. Opponent. So that's why they are raising the objection. So according to our day-to-day experience, we are having all these senses, so which are coming from the Mahat and so on. So those are all coming after the glance. So that's based upon this, they want to say, so whatever the Brahman seeing is different from the our seeing. And that is not, you should not take that he is also having the eyes. So they will give you some secondary meaning. So anyway, that is not our discussion here. Aikshata means they give some other meaning to that. And ultimately they establish that Brahman is not at all having any form. But we are taking advantage of this. So what kind of advantage? We are establishing that, yes, Brahman is seeing, but he is seeing because he is Swarat. And he is having such a Swarupa. So it doesn't need anything from the outside. And that's why tasya karyam karanam chana vidyate. So like this.
Great, bro. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Okay, go to next. Next, we will be discussing about this is one more also. Swabhaviki Gnana Bala Kriyacha. That means whatever the Gnana Bala Kriya, that means Bala means the ability of the senses. That is also Swabhaviki, means it is in his Swarupa only. Nothing is from the outside. So this clearly establishes Swarupa of the Lord, and he is a Swarat. Tene Brahma Hurdaya Adi Kavaye. This is a discussion now. This part we will discuss now. Purvapakshi is raising once again question.
Screen.
Acha. Okay. Tene Brahma Hurdaya Adi Kavaye. Nano Jagat Srishtav Brahmanah Swatantriyam Aishwaryam Cha Avagamyate. Hiranyagarbha Samavarta Tagre Bhutasya Jataha Patir Eka Asid Iti Srute. His point is what? Objection is raised here. Lord Brahmaji is having independent powers in creation. Brahmaji, that means Purvapakshi is saying that he is bringing some statement from this Shruti. Hiranyagarbha means Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma. Here Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma. Chaturmukha Brahma. So Brahmaji is Samavartagre. He was there at the beginning. Bhutasya Jataha Prakriteha Asit. So from him all the creation came. So that's why, based upon this Shruti statement, Purvapakshi is saying that Brahmaji is here, Janmadhyasya to Anvayaditaratascha Swarat, these are all related to the Chaturmukha Brahma, not the Parameshwara. So here, otherwise, they want to establish Parameshwara as Chaturmukha Brahma. Whatever you are established till now, Parameshwara is the cause for the creation, maintenance, and destruction. And he is the famous among the all the created and non-created objects. And he is the Swarat. And who is that? That is Brahmaji. Like that, Purvapakshi is saying. And Purvapakshi is giving the proof also. Hiranyagarbha samavartatagre bhutasya jata prakrute asi. So he is at the beginning and he is cause for the creation of the living entities. Then Siddhanti, now we have to answer this. Hey, not the Chaturmukha Brahma. Why Chaturmukha Brahma is not the topic of discussion? Because even to Chaturmukha Brahma also, this Parameshwara revealed the Veda. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye. So what is the meaning of Tene? Tene means revealed. Brahma means Vedas. Hruda means in heart. Yaha means who. Adi Kavaye means to Chaturmukha Brahma. That means Vyasadeva is saying here the Yaha means the one who revealed Vedas in the heart of the Chaturmukha Brahma. So that is the Parameshwara, that is Satyam Param. So that's why here this statement of Vyasadeva is defeating the opponent's point. Opponents, they want to establish Chaturmukha Brahma as the topic of discussion. But no, because Chaturmukha Brahma is also depending on someone. That is a Parameshwara. Okay, it's clear? Any question? Okay. Yes, Ramakrishna.
Prabhuji, so far from the statements that we talked about, Ikshatena, Shabdam, or what we call the Vacho Nivartam. Yes. In those statements, there was never any mention of talking about the four-headed Brahma, the Chaturmukha Brahma, even by the Advaitins or anyone. Suddenly, why from this statement of Tene Hrudaya Brahma Adi Kavaye that they are trying to switch over? It also doesn't mean that it is not the same Purvapakshis who are actually being talked one after the other. There could be different kinds of Purvapakshis.
Yeah.
Maybe interpreted. So that sequence, when it is not properly observed, then we get a confusion. So we talk about the Purvapakshis who could probably take this statement and put an argument like that. So how that is refuted? Is my understanding correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Purvapakshis can be many. Like in our class, many are sitting. Many Purvapakshis. They may have many doubts. That means they may not heard the previous sentences also. All of a sudden, they may bring out something which may not be having the connection with the previous phrases of the sloka also. They can bring out. Yeah, definitely Purvapakshi is having some defect. So that's why we will be having the chance to break their logic. Obviously. Next here, Tene Brahma Hrudayadi Kavaye. Hruda, this is a very important word. Hruda means manasaiva tene, manasa eva tene. Hruda means manasa eva tene means Nanu Brahmana Anyataha Veda Adhyanadi. Okay, one second. There is one more Purupakshi is there, then it will be very clear. Okay, this is the proof. Here one more Purupakshi came. It is unknown that Brahmaji learned Vedas from others. Purupakshi is putting a point that we don't see Brahmaji learning the Vedas from others, because he is the beginning, first living entity. So there is no other living entity who taught him Vedas. That's why Siddhanta is saying, yes, your understanding is right, my dear Purupakshi. So yes, this Parameshwara gave this knowledge about the Vedas, and he didn't taught him in a casual way. He taught this in the heart. That means he revealed this knowledge in the heart. There is no need of this formal teaching like us. So we are now learning. Someone is teaching and someone is learning. This kind of process didn't happen in the case of Brahmaji to learn Vedas through the heart. So in the heart, otherwise, in the heart, Lord revealed that. So here one more point. Prachodita yena, proof is this. Prachodita yena pura Saraswati vitanvata jasya satim smritim hridi swa lakshana pradhurbhut kilasyatah same rishinam rishabha prasidatam. May the Lord, the best of the sages, be pleased with me. Inspired by him at the beginning of the Kalpa, Saraswati. Okay, the meaning is, you see, may the Lord, the best of the sages, be pleased with me, inspired by him at the beginning of the Kalpa, Saraswati, whose aim is to reveal Krishna, appeared from the mouth of Brahma and revealed proper memory to carry out creation in his heart. Okay. So here the point is, Saraswati appeared and she revealed proper memory to whom? To Brahmaji, to carry out the creation. Many times, many devotees also they ask actually, Brahmaji, when he appeared, so no other living entity is there. He didn't learn how to create from anyone. Because there is no other living entity, then how it happened? This kind of question one may get. Here what? The Saraswati appeared. So that means Saraswati means Vedas. Saraswati, Gayatri, Savitri. These three. So these are all the Vedic mantras. Saraswati is a Vedic mantra actually. You should understand it is like a Vedic mantra. And this mantra, so in the personification of that mantra, appeared and she revealed the proper memory to Brahmaji so that he can carry out the creation. So that means Vedic mantra revealed the knowledge to the Brahmaji. This is clearly supporting Tene Brahma Hrudayadi Kavi. Lord revealed. Lord revealed means Lord revealed through the Gayatri or Savitri or the Saraswati. You should take like this, through the mantras. Yes, Prabhu. Nityamukuntra.
Hare Krishna Puji, Saraswati is not that wife or whatever daughter.
No, not that. Mantra.
Yes. symbol.
Then that Saraswati is another manifestation, material manifestation is another, that's from Brahmaji also she appears. That is like you see Lakshmi is also having the different manifestations. So these mantras also are having the different manifestations. Like material form also is there. There's a Samudraputri, and also in the Golok Rama is there. So like this is another manifestation that Brahmaji's daughter or the wife. So first Vagdevi appeared and then she disappeared. Then after that Saraswati so got appeared. So that is another manifestation. This is before that actually. This Saraswati. Okay, so now here there is another proof also is there. So Tene Hruda, that is okay. Tene Hruda indicates the stimulation of function. How Lord revealed this Vedic knowledge? Brahma means Vedic knowledge. Tene Brahma Hrudayadikave. Brahma means Vedic knowledge. So he revealed in the heart. This is indicating Tene Hruda, that means revealed in heart. Indicates what? Stimulation of intellectual function. This revealing of the heart indicating what? Stimulation of intellectual function. Okay. This indicates the meaning of Gayatri mantra. You all know, many of second initiated, I think. So might be chanting the Brahma Gayatri every day. So you might be knowing the meaning of that Gayatri. I cannot recite Gayatri mantra, but at least meaning I can say. Diyo yona prachodayat. Diyaha. Diyaha means intellectual intelligence. Prachodayat means, what is the meaning of prachodayat? May stimulate. So what Gayatri mantra is saying? The Supreme Lord, so who is the cause for this all creation, and he may stimulate my intelligence. Diyo yona prachodayat. In the Gayatri mantra, what we are seeing? Stimulation of buddhi, intelligence. That is the meaning of Gayatri mantra. Here also we are seeing Lord is stimulating the intellectual function of Brahmaji, and Brahmaji finally getting Tattva Gnanam. He is getting the Tattva Gnanam. He is understanding the Vedic knowledge. So that's why Tene Hruda in the sloka is indicating the meaning of Gayatri. Or otherwise, it's meaning of Gayatri. So in this way, meaning of Gayatri mantra is in the first sloka. Yo yona prachodaya. Stimulation of the intelligence, my intelligence. In Gayatri mantra also, we are asking the absolute truth to stimulate the intellectual function. And here also in the first sloka, we are seeing Supreme Lord is stimulating the intellectual function of Brahmaji. So that's why there is a similarity. There is a similarity. So it means first shloka is the Gayatri mantra. So this is also proved in the Matsya Purana. Yatra adhikrutya, you can see the shloka. In Matsya Purana, what is said? Yatra adhikrutya Gayatri varnyate dharma vistaraha Vrutrasuravadhopetam tad Bhagavatam ishyate. What it means? Bhagavatam is that scripture which begins with the Gayatri mantra, and in Dharma is explained what is that Bhagavad Dharma, and also it contains the Vrutrasura Vadha. Matsya Purana is saying that Bhagavatam is beginning with the Gayatri mantra. How to say it is beginning with the Gayatri mantra? Yes, because the meaning of Gayatri mantra we are seeing in the first shloka. That is a stimulation of the intellectual function. Anyway, Dhimahi word also is there. That is another thing. So even the meaning of Gayatri mantra also we are seeing. In the Gayatri mantra also we are seeing the one who is cause for the Bhurva Swaha. That means it's all these three planetary system. That person should stimulate my intelligence. Similarly, we are seeing in this also the person who is creating this maintaining and destroying this material universe, and he is stimulating the Brahmaji's intellectual functions. Yes, Mahabhava Prabhu.
Prabhuji, my question is, Prabhuji, so those who didn't do Gayatri mantra, do their intellectual function doesn't accelerate according to the in comparison to those who are not doing that Gayatri mantra, who are not Brahmanically initiated? There is some conditions.
Conditions. Yeah. So the point is, yes, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a fruit of the Kalpataru. Vedic literature and all the Vedas are the Kalpataru, and their fruit is holy name. So definitely, yeah, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, everything will be stimulated. There is no doubt in that. But the point is here, yeah. So especially to to study the Vedic mantras. So some system is also given actually. The system is this: when the child is getting the age of 7 years or 8 years, then after that, Upanayana Samskara will be done by the Acharya. At that time, he will be given with the mantra actually. This Brahma Gayatri will be given to them. And they will be reciting that. So that their buddhi will be stimulated and they can understand the reciting of the Vedas. They every day learn Vedas. So that because they chant this mantra, in that mantra, what they are doing? They are praying. They are praying to the Supreme Lord to stimulate his intelligence. So that's why they will study the Vedas and understand the conclusions of the Vedas. This is the system actually, Vedic system. So, but everyone is not in that capacity in this material world. There are Sudras also there, who doesn't get any Brahma Gayatri. Then for them, holy name is there. So holy name, so is definitely helping. So ultimately, all these systems are elevating everyone actually. Everyone. So sometimes some may take only the Diksha of the holy name, the first initiation. And will they go back to the Godhead or not? Definitely they will go back. Is there any compulsory of the taking second initiation? It's not like that. But second initiation, if you take, then you will get the Brahma Gayatri also along the other 6 mantras. So what is the use? By following that system, the whatever the laziness is there. So taking the mantras and regularly chanting 3 times, and it will elevate us from the Kadaryata. Kadaryata means unorganizedness or the laziness. And definitely that mantra, we are praying to the Lord. So to give the sufficient intelligence to understand him. So that will be given. That's it. The alternative also is there.
Okay, Prabhuji. And secondly, Prabhuji, Brahmaji, before revelation of that knowledge in his heart, doing only tapasya, or he will some reading some books or that, and later when as per your definition, Lord stimulate that already inbuilt knowledge in Brahma's heart. Is this statement true? And if this statement,
it's not the inbuilt knowledge, Prabhu. No. So inbuilt knowledge is not there. That is also discussion will come. So inbuilt knowledge is not. The knowledge is given to him. Revealed means it's given to him. That meaning you should take.
Rudy, this is a question that's why asking, because as per our scenario, when we do sadhana bhakti, there are different stages: Shraddha, Sadhu, Sang, Bhajan, Kriya. So at every stage, we are practicing, hearing, reading, chanting, doing some other tapasyas, and as do and don'ts we follow. And time to time, there is some personal realization from inside which we ourselves knows. Nobody knows, because within our heart, Lord reveal those things. So that's why I am asking, according to different studies, different realizations come according to their practices. So similar analogy I am saying in Brahma's case. That's why I'm asking this question, because Brahmaji is also practicing something, and later, as per your definition, stimulation of knowledge comes.
Okay, I understood your question. So the point is, Chaitya Guru will be there and he will be teaching in the inside heart. That is also possible. Or otherwise, so Shastra is also mercy of the Lord actually. Mercifully, Lord gave the Shastra, so which describe about him. So by studying that from the Guru also, we can understand. So both are possible.
Okay.
But nothing is there in inbuilt actually. Inbuilt Jivatma is not having any knowledge about the absolute truth. Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhava. Nothing is inbuilt. So everything should be given through the Sadhu Sangha is beginning, and it will be given by the. So when you turn towards the Lord, and he may give in the form of Chaitya Guru, or otherwise, so in the Sadhu Sangha, so you'll be hearing the glories of the Lord and you'll learning. So that will happen.
But Prabhuji,
Satchitanand. Okay, Prabhu, next. Wait, this class is not only your class. Okay, so next. This one, you can see. So how this first sloka is the meaning of Gayatri mantra. That is explained by this Tene Hrada. That is also substantiated by the Matsya Purana. Matsya Purana is clearly saying that is the Bhagavatam which begins with the Gayatri mantra, where Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma is explained, and also which contains the Vritrasura Vadha. Okay. Next. Muhyanti Yat Surayaha. Next point is, next stanza or the phrase in that sloka we should see. Muhyanti Yat Surayaha. So what it means? where we are till now here. Nanu supta pratibuddhanyayena Brahma. Okay, I will share the screen. Nanu supta pratibuddhanyayena Brahma swayameva vedam tattvam va upalabhatam ityatah aha. What it means? Purvapakshi is raising. So how you see every phrase of this sloka you are understanding when the how through the Purvapakshi's objection. That is a style. Why this Muhyanti Yatsurya is there? To understand this, you should first understand the opponent's view. So then you can easily understand why this is there. So first word opponent is raising by the law of realizing in the sleep. This is the law actually. Sometimes we realize in the sleep. Brahmaji himself could have attained the Veda or Tattva. There is a Nyaya, there is a rule is there. Sometimes we realize in the sleep. How many of you realized in the sleep something in your experience? Did you realize any realizations from the sleep about the Lord or about the something you want to experience, and did you realize that in the sleep or not? It will happen in the sometimes in the material world actually. So it will happen actually. This is the rule. Mind is active in sleeping. Okay. So sometimes actually it happens, we realize something in the sleep also. The fear caused by the tiger. You might be realizing in the sleep or not. So in the sleep, tiger is chasing you and started getting the sweating actually in your body. And you might have realized that in reality, you might not realize that, but you realize that in the sleep. Okay. So this is possible. Realizations in the sleep.
लक्ष्मीकांत लोग बोल रहे हैं आप लोग किससे पूछे? हम तो उत्तर दे दिए। दूसरे लोग बुलाए हम लोग चले आए।
So realizations are sometimes are possible in the sleep. That's why supta pratibuddha nyaya. Supta means sleeping, pratibuddha means realizing. Realizing in the sleep. So in the same way, opponent is saying, Acha, Brahmaji realized all this Veda in the sleep only. What is the need of someone to teach him? Someone to reveal him? This is the objection. Then what is the answer for this? So the objection is, by the law of realizing in the sleep, Brahmaji himself could attain the Veda or Tattvam. Then we are saying, hey, it is not possible. Realizing in the sleep can happen like material things. Fear caused by the tiger or something. How ghost hunting, then how you will be so getting the pain. These kind of things you may realize. But not about the Tattvam. If Tattvam is realized in the sleep, then there is no need to attend this class also. You all can sleep and so wait for that realization. Okay, all the first sloka meaning should be revealed in the sleep. This also will happen. But this is not, because this knowledge, Muhyanti Yat Suryaha, that means we are learning about whom? We are learning about the Tattvam, that is Lord. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam jnanam advayam, that is Brahman, Bhagavan, Paramatma. So this kind of Tattvam, Tattva Gnanam, it cannot be realized in the sleep because Muhyanti Yat Suryaha. Muhyanti Yat Suryaha means even the learned people also get bewildered. So about this Tattvam, learned people also get bewilderment. then how can you expect that can be revealed in the sleep or realized in the sleep? No. So that is why Muhyanti Atsuraya is coming. It cannot be. Because learned people who are in the full awareness, who learn so many shastras, example Brahmaji himself, even after learning so much about the Lord, by seeing the little Krishna, so he got bewilderment. That is it's inconceivable. It's beyond any modes. Because sleeping means what? Sleeping means mode of passion. Awakening state is happening due to Sattva-guna. Sleeping state is because of the Rajoguna. And the Sushupti is because of the Tamoguna. Okay? So these states are out of the modes. In those modes, we cannot get the automatic revelation about the Tattvam. Because even the learned people who are in the awakening stage, that means in the goodness, that state is out of goodness, and they are also learned. They themselves get the bewilderment about this Yat. Muhyanti Yat. Yat means that Param Satyam. Yat is referring to what? Param Satyam. Okay. That is the meaning. Muhyanti Yat Surayaha. Even great learned persons also get bewilderment in Vedas or the Tattvam related to the Parameshwara. Vedas are the Tattvam related to the Parameshwara. So Brahmaji's own potency is not the cause for the revelation of the Tattvam. So by this, Netaronupapattehe sutra's meaning is described. Na itaraha anupapattehe. Itarataha. Itaraha anupapattehe.
Screen.
Yeah. Even the great learned persons also get bewilderment in Vedas are the Tattvam related to the Parameshwara. So Brahmaji's own potency is not the cause for the revelation of the Tattvam. That is the Purva-Pakshi's point. By using the Supta Pratibuddha Nyaya, they are establishing Brahmaji's own potency is the cause for the knowing the Tattvam. He got the realization in the sleep. Brahmaji himself could attain without someone teaching. In the sleep himself realized. No. Because that Tattva is such a potential Tattvam, even the learned people also get bewildered. Okay. Time is over. Tejo vari mridham yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha. It takes another 10 minutes. Shall we finish or keep to the next class?
Next class.
Next class.
Yes, next class, Prabhu. We have
Yes.
another class.
Any questions? Yes, Subhangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful session. Prabhuji, we also learned that not only the Vedas, but also the Vedangas and Itihasas and Puranas, everything was revealed to Brahmaji. That is why he speaks from all the four heads, right? Prabhuji, Vedangas means word to word meaning, Vyakarana, Nyaya, Kalpa.
No. Vedangas are the Vyakarana, Jyotisha, Kalpa, Nirukti, Shiksha.
Yeah.
These are the 6.
Yeah. So
they are
that is also revealed.
Vedic knowledge means everything comes.
So it is easier
Vedas
for him to understand, right, Prabhuji? He saw that and he understood. Means it was spoken within his heart and he understood, revealed within his heart. Even Vedangas.
Revealed, actually.
Yeah.
Tene means revelation. Revealed in the heart. That means personally someone is standing in front of him and teaching. This didn't happen. So Lord revealed that.
Yes,
in his heart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Nityamukundan Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can we compare that with that Divyagan Hridaya Prakashita as Guru did to the disciples?
Which one, Prabhu?
Divyagan Hridaya Prakashita line is there, na? For the Guru.
Yes.
It's like similar thing.
Divignan Hridaya Prakashito, yes. By the mercy of the Lord also, we can get the revelation about the truth in the heart. Yes. Sārārtha.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
Lord Brahma was so knowledgeable, but in Bhagavatam we seen he was in Rajogun. So why not in Satogun? Hare.
He is the in charge of the Rajogun. He is not in the Rajogun actually. He is in charge means to control, to do the creation. He needs to play with the Rajogun. That's why he is the Niyanta. He is the controller of the Rajogun.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Mahabhav.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, as per your statement, nothing is inbuilt. So, soul is Satchidanand, means full of knowledge, soul is. So, how can we justify this statement, nothing is inbuilt? How can we understand this in simple words or by example? Because everything source.
So, Jivatma is Satchidananda Vigraha, but in a limited way. Not like Lord. That is the point. Jivatma is insignificant and infinitely small. It is Chit. That means it is full of knowledge. Knowledge means he is a spirit soul. So it is cognizant enough to understand to get the knowledge. But it is not like Lord. It's not there everything actually. It should be given. Sansarga bhava means prag bhava, pradyamsa bhava, atyanta bhava. Sansarga bhava means these three abhavas will come. Like in our house, there is no pot. There is no pot before the creation. Yes? So that is known as prag bhava. When you create the pot, then there is a pot is there. Now that prag bhava is destroyed. Abhava means absence. Prag bhava means absence before the creation. Prag bhava appears till what time? Till the creation of the pot. Once pot is created, then prag bhava will be there. ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
No, Prabhuji, no. Prag bhava is not there. I understand. After creating pot created, then new prag bhava.
See, this is Jivatma. This is Parameshwara. So, Parameshwara Sambandhita Gnanam, knowledge.
Screen.
Acha. Thanks, Prabhu. He is Ishvara and this is Jiva, Jivatma. From the beginningless, you should not start the date. Beginningless means there is no beginning. From the beginningless, Jivatma is having the what? Absence. That means abhava. Absence of knowledge. Knowledge about Ishvara or Paratattvam. So, this Paratattvam, absence, that means absence of knowledge about the Paratattvam is there. How to understand this? Now, this is the room. In this room, otherwise it is a house of potter. In this potter's house, there is no pot now. That means Ghata Sansarga Bhava is there. Otherwise, Ghata Prag Bhava is there. Ghata Prag Bhava. Prag Abhava. Prag Bhava. Ghata pragbhava is there. That means absence of ghata is there. Absence of pot or ghata. Ghata means pot. Once the pot is created, now this potter made a pot. Once the pot is made, then this absence of pot is out. Ghata pragbhava is out, finished, because ghata is there. Similarly, paratattva gnana sansarga bhava. This jivatma doesn't have any knowledge about the paratattva. Jivatma doesn't have any knowledge about the paratattva. That is the meaning of, like, ghata sansarga bhava means ghata samsarga bhava means what? Absence of the knowledge, absence of the pot before the creation. Similarly, paratattva gnana sansarga bhava. Paratattva gnana sansarga bhava. What is the meaning of paratattva gnana sansarga bhava? That means before production of this knowledge in this jivatma, paratattva gnana sansarga bhava is there. That means paratattva gnana prag abhava. That gnana is not appeared in this jiva. So when the sadhu sangha happens to this jivatma, when there is a sadhu sangha, then what will happen? Then the gnana about this paratattvam is given to this jivatma. Then after that, it will surrender to the Lord. Then Maya will release him. That anyway, that another story. So that's why there is no inbuilt. There is no inbuilt. There is no inbuilt knowledge in the jivatma. No, that is given. Okay, that is the point you should understand. Next, Rahugana. That is a Radhanuga, sorry. Radhanuga Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, could you please explain me briefly about Na Upshabdam?
Na Ashabdam.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, I will explain. Okay. If anyone wants to leave, they can leave. Class is over. What we are saying, Mataji, Ikshitehe, that you understood, I think. So what Ikshitehe is saying, so Brahman is the cause for the creation because, so he is discussed in the so many Shruti statements. He means his glance is discussed in the so many Shruti statements which are describing about the creation. This is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Therefore, he can be expressed by the Shruti or way Shabda. Therefore, he can express by the Shabda. Okay. So that is the meaning of this sutra. Ikshitehe na ashabdam. Na ashabdam.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here ashabdam means what? Ashabda pramanakam. I am going detail Mataji now. Ashabda. First of all, you take this word. Ashabdam means na shabda pramanakam. Na shabda pramanakam. What is the meaning of this? Na shabda pramanakam means pramanakam. Na shabda pramanakam. Shabda is not pramana for whom? He. For whom Shabda is not Pramana, for whom? He. That is, Ashabdam means what? He is the person for whom Shabda is not Pramana. This is Samasa actually. Naitatpurusha Samasa. Ashabdam, this is Samasa. If you expand this Samasa, what is going to happen? Na Shabda Pramanakam. That means Na Shabdam Pramanam Yasya Saha. For whom Shabda is not Pramana. For whom Shabda is not Pramana means what? Pramana means what? You should know Pramana first of all.
Proof.
Is going
Proof.
overhead?
No, Prabhuji, Pramana is the proof, na?
Okay. Pramana is not proof. Pramana is the mean. The mean which produce right knowledge.
It means to
Right
provide
knowledge.
right knowledge.
Example, eyes. And there is an apple in front of eyes. By seeing this apple, eyes are seeing that apple. And what kind of knowledge is produced? This is an apple. This is an apple. This knowledge is produced or not? This is an apple. This knowledge is produced by whom? Through the, what mean? Through the eyes. Here eyes is the pramanam to produce the knowledge. That's why pramanam means pramakaranam iti pramanam. Pramakaranam iti pramanam. The one which produces knowledge, right knowledge, not the wrong knowledge. Prama means right knowledge. The one, the mean which produces the right knowledge is known as pramana. Okay, that is the basic meaning of pramana. Example, eyes. Eyes is also pramana. Pratyaksha pramana. That's why eyes are known as pratyaksha pramana. Ears also pratyaksha pramana. Like this 5 are there. Now, what we are saying here, ashabdam means na shabdam praman, na shabda pramanakam. That means na shabdam pramanam yasya saha. Na shabdam pramanam yasya saha. That means for whom shabda is not pramana. Shabda is not pramana means for whom shabda is not the mean to tell about that. Like example here, eyes. Eyes are the mean to tell about apple. That's why apple is what? Pratyaksha pramanakam. That means pratyaksha is the pramana for whom? Who is that? That is apple. Apple is what? Pratyaksha pramanakam. For whom pratyaksha is pramana. So that is what? That is apple in this discussion. Here, this Brahman. So here, the one, the one who, or otherwise for whom, the one for whom shabda is not pramana. That is the meaning of ashabdam. Once again, na is there. This na also is there. Ashabdam itself is, shabda is not pramana for whom he. That is meaning of ashabdam. So now this na is added. That means not is there once again. That means shabda is not pramana for whom. Once again, this not. So this not is negating with this not. That means shabda is pramana for whom. That means whom you can understand through the shabda. Like here you see, through the pratyaksha pramana, you can understand apple or not. You can get the knowledge about the apple or not.
Yes.
That means by seeing the apple, using this Pratyaksha Pramana eyes, you can get the knowledge. This is an apple. This kind of knowledge you can get. Similarly, Shabda is Pramana for whom? That means Shabda can tell about that Brahman. Clear? No.
Yes, little bit, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Little bit, yes. Yes. So, Prabhuji, here he is referred to the Lord.
First you take Ashab. Na Ashabdam. Ashabdam you should understand first. Ashabdam you should understand. Ashabdam is a compound word actually. That is elaborated into Na Shabda Pramanakam. That is also further explained. Shabda is not the Pramana for whom? He. Then Na is there once again in that sutra. And that Na is negating this not in this. That means Shabda is Brahmana for whom? That meaning you will get. That means who can be expressed by the Shabda, who can be known by the Shabda.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Subhangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So we can add on like this, no, Prabhuji, because he is alaukika vastu, we cannot use our material senses. So we are dependent on Aparushaya Shabda for knowing about him, knowing about the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if Purapakshi says that no Shruti statement tell about the Shabda, but we are saying Shruti statements tell about the Brahman. They say that no Shruti statement tell about the Brahman, but we are proving because he is discussed many in Shruti Vakyas. He means his glance is discussed. That means he is described by the many Shruti Vakyas. That's why Vasudev is saying here. Ikshatehe. That means glance of that Brahman. So that means what we are understanding. So then after that, immediately Vasudev is saying, yeah, Ashabdam, na Ashabdam. That means Ikshite na Ashabdam. That means he is explained by the Shruti Vakyas. I'm also not, a lot of input should be given before making to all of you the understanding this. But anyway, I don't know how much it is going inside. Anyway, this sloka. Next class, I will explain that that means Tejo Varim Vadam Yathavinimayo Yatratri Sargomarsha. Then I will jump to the next sloka. So not the another 4 explanations. Because I understood it is not so easy to describe. So after that story, it will come now. It will be very easy actually. Actually, Bhagavata Rasa Mahotsavam will become the Bhagavata Viśwanātha. So it became the logic, na? Lot of logical content is coming but nowadays in the Kali Yuga, actually, especially in this time, people actually, because of this era of the fastness, everything they want in a quickly. So no austerity. There is no austerity and there is no tapasya. Less actually. I cannot say no, but the very less number of people are inclined. Because in the previous ancient days, to understand this kind of text, they used to study Vyakaran, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, all Shad Darshanas, and so every day sitting and hours thinking and learning, and then we can then the people are getting the ultimate thing. This is commentaries and understanding. So we are trying to give that at least. So you should so some kind of inquisitiveness should be awakened, so that I should also go deeply and understand. Because of not understanding deeply, so many points we will miss actually in our understanding of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam also. Many points actually. So after that, few days later, what will happen? In society, the real knowledge will disappear. Nobody will be there to teach, and also nobody will be there to learn. Then once again Sahaja will come, like how what happened after the Viśwanātha Thakur. So on Baldev Vidyabhushan, 200 years all over the movement went off, gone. That means because if you see our acharyas are very determined and very lot of energy they give to write the books, and also so to teach and to propagate. Definitely book distribution also very important. And also the practice was there, and they undergone. Gaudiya Vaishnavism is not just a kirtan and dancing. That is definitely we need. That is the inauguration done by the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After that, to stabilize that, immediately he asked all his 6 Goswamis to write the books. So all 6 Goswamis are fully giving the focus, fully focused in writing the books. Otherwise, what will happen? Once again, movement will become very light movement, without the philosophical foundation, without the Shastric understanding. Many speculations and many interpretations and many misconceptions will enter into the movement and then spoil. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu alert actually. He alerted all his disciples to write the books. So many books they write, hundreds of books they wrote. So now, then after that, it went on actually. That's Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasa Acharya, and Shamanand Pandit, all their disciples of Srila Jiva Goswami's Gurukul. They studied and they propagated books also. They took all the books of Jiva Goswami and they made to write by others, and they distributed all over Bengal, Orissa, everywhere. Then movement went, then after that it went nicely till Viśwanātha Thakur. Then after that Sahaja came. So we are all very much focusing, definitely we are focusing on the various things, various aspects which are very important. And I think many are not there who can go deeply and understand and discuss. They are there, but not so many actually, as compared to the number of others, so it is less. So we should encourage actually now. Otherwise, so what will happen to these all books, Sandarbhas, and so many years it will take to study and understand. And in the society, if it is disappearing, then what will happen to our movement actually? What will happen? Sahajapan will come, and then after that, then the chain also will be. That's why even Krishna, anyway, he is saying, Sakalena Nashta Mahata Yoga Parantapa. So this yoga will be destroyed by the due course of the time, So that will happen, but we should always try to protect and maintain. And we don't think that this is no need, and no, actually it's very much needed actually. Very much needed, and every understanding is needed. And needed for at least it's a service to our acharyas. You should feel it is not an intellectual gain actually. It's not just a gathering intellectual thing. Someone sat and wrote that much with the desire of my followers will come and they study and they should get benefit. With that desire they wrote and they gave time. So we should also give time to learn that. And so that we'll be doing the service for them. You wrote a novel or you wrote some poetry, and your children are in your family members, nobody is ready to study that or hear. Then how you will feel actually? You'll feel that what kind of service these are all. Being a family member house is not here. That will happen. So everything is service actually. Hearing is also service. There is a need, some kind of austerity might be there. But that is the mode of goodness, means austerity. We should do the austerity. Definitely, I am not an expert teacher, but I am trying somehow or other. So please, take it in a service mood. Nityamukundan Prabhu, you are raising hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, sorry. Actually, this is a doubt from the 15 minutes before you said something. You said, Prabhuji, actually, my voice is clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I am getting a conceptual doubt. Actually, you said that knowledge is not inbuilt; it has to be given from outside.
Yeah.
But we are Sachidanand, so I means my understanding is knowledge is there within. Only thing is we've forgotten it, so it has to be revived. Means I don't know. You can correct me.
That's why, na Prabhu. Sansarga bhava. The word sansarga bhava is used by the Jiva Goswami. You see, knowledge is there in the Jivatma about itself. I am the soul. This kind of knowledge is there. But it doesn't have knowledge about the Paratattva. Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhava. Swagnana Sansarga Bhava didn't say Jiva Goswami. Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhava. Sansarga Bhava means absence. What kind of absence? Praga Bhava. Like before creation of the pot, there is a Praga Bhava of the pot. Similarly, before acquiring the knowledge about the Paratattvam, there is a Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhava. Paratattva, that is the point. Being a infinitely small, Jivatma is having the knowledge about it. Swarupa. That means that means about himself. I am the spirit soul. This kind of knowledge is there. But this is also covered by, so since it is not having the Paratattva Gnanam, so then Maya is covering even that Swarupa Gnanam also by using the Agnana, ignorance. If Jivatma is having the Paratattva Gnanam, then Maya should not attack at all. Then,
but it can be covered, na? Maybe it is covered.
If you say it is covered, it is there, but it is covered. Then it is Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Abhava. If there is a pot is there in the room, but it is covered by some cloth, you cannot say then there is an absence of pot. Jiva Goswami should not use the word Sansarga Bhava. Even if you say philosophically also, if Paratattva Gnanam is there and that is covered means, that means something is even superior than the Paratattva Gnana. That means then nobody can save that soul. Because after having Paratattva Gnanam also still it is covered means that covering is more powerful than the Paratattva Gnana. Then finish game. Then your philosophy will not function, your bhajan will not work. Because covering is more powerful than the Paratattva Gnanam. Now what we are saying in our philosophy, Paratattva Gnanam is not covered, but Swarupa, that means Swagnanam, is covered. And Paratattva Gnanam is absent. So that's why if you see in a logical way also, there's a big problem is going to come in our philosophy. Then this sloka is there, na? That means what is that? Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. If someone is having the Paratattva Gnana, what will happen? Immediately he will surrender to the Lord. That is the result of the having the Paratattva Gnanam. You know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God, he is my father and he is my relationship and everything you know, and immediately what you will do? You will surrender to him. Then Maya will not cover. This is the phenomena. Now you are saying it is having Paratattva Gnanam and it is not surrendered and it is covered by the Maya, then whole philosophy is out.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So
many slokas
any other reference?
Huh?
Any other reference other than Jiva Goswami?
But Bhakti Sandarbha Prabhu, that first Anucheda only you can see this. Bhayam Ditya Abhiniveshtas. Clearly, that's Bhagavata is the Pramanam actually. Bhayam Ditya Abhiniveshtas Shadisha Tapetasya Viparyayo Smriti. Their explanation you can see. Bhagavata is the Pramanam.
Then Prabhuji, we can say this also that in this case, when there is a Pratattva Jnana Abhava, then any jnana can come and make us walk on a different path.
Any gnana?
Any jnana can be given to us and make us walk on the different path than the actual
No,
real path.
Because Maya, Mameva ye prapadyante. So any gnana will not function, will not work na here. So someone know about the Paratattvam, then they will surrender to that, then Maya will release. Maya is releasing you from her custody when you surrender to the Lord. When you will surrender, when you get the knowledge about the Lord. So instead of getting the knowledge about the Lord, and if you get something, knowledge about the something, then Maya will not release you. Na? You will be surrendered to that. But Maya will Mameva ye prapadyanti. If someone surrender to me, then only they will be released. Then you will not be released. Because you are not going to surrender to the Lord. Because you are not having the knowledge about the Lord, but you have the knowledge about some other thing. Then you will be surrendered to that. Then Maya will not release you. They cannot cross the Maya.
Seems logical, but I need more clarity. Maybe later I will.
No, it is very commonly discussed topic, Prabhu, in the Sandarbhas and everywhere it is. And also that's Krishna is also saying, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mamaya Durataya Mam Eva E Prapatyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So if you say Paratattva Gnanam, one is having, and also because we are establishing that we are gaining that knowledge, and that's why we are surrendering to the Lord, then Maya is releasing. This is a simple funda. And you say already it is there, and but that is covered by the Maya, means Maya is powerful than the Paratattva Gnana. Then that cannot be released. Then that Maya covering should not be released by even Paratattva Gnana. That Maya covering cannot be removed by even by the Paratattva Gnana. Something should come, another thing. Then the bhakti process also will not function at all. Bhakti doing this, we are establishing our connection, means we are knowing about the Lord. Yes, Prabhu. Okay, you can see that Bhakti Sandarbha. Anyway, I want to introduce one more course, short course on the Bhakti Sandarbha, because this choice is maybe became very difficult for as many students actually, I don't know. So maybe I'm not able to, I don't know. So we are trying. So some other easy topic we can take and discuss on the evening times actually. Because I have some time on the evening. So 3 days in a week. So pure devotion from the Bhakti Sandarbha I want to discuss. So let us see. So many are already heard in my students group. But okay, we'll do that again. There we'll discuss. Okay, Mahabhav Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful explanation of Paratattva Gyan. Prabhuji, you made a statement that Swarup Gyan covered. Can you explain briefly, Prabhuji, Swarup Gyan
What
covered?
is Swarup Gnana means? I am the soul, this kind of knowledge. Because from the beginningless, we are accepting what? So Jivatma, he doesn't have any knowledge about his relationship with the Lord. Then what is the meaning of Swarup Gnanam then? I am the soul. This is the knowledge actually. Because infinitely small, na? What is that? What it know? It know itself. I am the soul. Is infinitely small. It's nothing actually. Almost all. Then what it knows? It knows about himself. I am the soul. This is the Swarupa Gnana. Yes, Prabhu. Prem Raj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I just want to clear one point that at the last session, you said that according to Siddhanti, you said that while sleeping, we cannot think, well, sorry, we think about only for the creation or about the material creation. So is that possible that we should, at the time of leaving the body, when we are in full consciousness, then only we can remember the Lord's name. Or while sleeping, we are not conscious, so we may not remember the Lord's name. Is it possible like that?
No, Prabhu. In this class only, you are for your doubt from this class only, na?
Yes. It's little
where you are asking
the class means while leaving the body, like you said that according to Siddhanti, when we are in sleep, then we think about only the material creation. Whatever it is in the material, we can think about that one. We cannot think spiritually. So while leaving the body, when we should leave the body, it should be in full consciousness while leaving the body. But if sudden, if we are in sleeping mode, maybe we may not remember the Lord. We may be remembering the material things. So I just want to clear it out that we should leave the body when we are conscious, or how is it possible?
Very good question. Good question. Actually, now I understood, Prabhu. Sorry for late understanding. So what I mentioned actually in the sleep, because sleep is due to the mode of passion. So that's why in that state, we cannot think about the objects which are beyond the modes. This is the point I made. Yes, na Prabhu? So now, based upon that, you are saying that. So while they sleep, so when someone is leaving the body, then he cannot think about the Lord. This is the point you are telling. Yeah. Yeah. So when we are practicing the sadhana, and when we become perfect in that sadhana, then there are no 3 stages out of the modes. That means for the perfected sadhaka, so Jagruti, Swapna, Sushupti all become one. That means they are always in the transcendental platform. They are not in the awakening stage or Swapna or the Sushupti. No. These will not be there. They are beyond the modes. Their consciousness raised beyond the modes. So then they are always thinking, Satatam Kirtayanta. That means they are always remembering the Lord. That state is Turiya. That's the 4th stage, where there is no influence of the modes. Their consciousness is raised from the modes. That's why the transcendental Guru, our Gurujan, our spiritual masters, and Srila Prabhupada. So we should understand that their body is spiritualized, their mind is spiritualized, everything is spiritualized, and everything is beyond the modes. Even in the sleep also, we should remember the Krishna. We should do pure devotional service in the sleep also. 24 hours direct devotion one should do in the sleep also. 24 hours means sleep also. Then only he is known as Ananya Bhakta. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Any question?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
The Bhagavata Rasa Mahotsava, you were commenting that it has become like a Visha, but I don't say it is Visha. At the moment, it is Vishama. It is only with different kinds of concepts coming in. By your grace, I think we should be able to cross over this confusions or this type of an obstacles. Thank you for the great effort, and you are really taking so much of pain to go beyond your time, almost like 40 minutes beyond the time, and still are with us. Thank you so much for encouraging us. Hare Krishna.
No, bro, it's just my service. So I like actually to be with the devotees, and their association is really, this is a really benefited time in the whole day, where we can discuss the various things. And also all your doubts are helping me to understand so many things in a deeper way. So that is the advantage actually. Compared to the class, so question and answer session is more wonderful. Yes, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. So if there are no any other further questions, so we can wind up today's session here. And we'll meet on next Tuesday. So we'll finish the remaining part. That means Tejo Vari Mrudam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha. Then after that, we will be starting the second sloka. Dharma Projita Kaita Vatra Paramori Saranam Satam. So that we will start. Only one explanation only we are seeing. I thought to introduce all the other 4 explanations also, but it takes a lot of time, and also it become a lot of this philosophical discussion instead of the feature of the Viśwanātha Thakur is not just a philosophy. He presents the Bhagavatam in a rasa way that we try to see in the next slokas. That's why I'm jumping actually. Once we finish the course in time, so then we'll come back to the other 4 explanations. Definitely. Or otherwise we can discuss that separately in one more course actually. I am also not having that much experience of designing the course. So maybe I took a big thing actually as a target. So let me learn actually from all of you. So thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu, so for your kind and patient hearing. So Ancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Bhaktarvrinda ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.